Good evening, I'm Matt McCoy. Thanks for being with us. One man is recovering from surgery tonight after being shot in the abdomen, with the suspect still on the loose. Details in tonight's Crime Watch. According to Captain Lloyd Baker with the Tuscaloosa Metro Homicide Unit, it happened about 3:40 this morning at Cypress Creek Apartments off Skyland Boulevard. Baker says the victim, a 33-year-old male, was leaving his girlfriend's apartment when the suspect struck the victim on the head with a pistol. That's when, according to Baker, there was a scuffle and the victim was shot in the stomach. Baker says the suspect got away with the victim's wallet. The victim was transported to DCH Hospital where he underwent surgery for his injuries. According to Baker, the suspect is a light-skinned black male driving a gray newer model Grand Prix. If you have any information, please call Crime Stoppers at 205-752-STOP. Again, that number is 205-752-7867. In other news, the state's new immigration law is causing some headaches for residents trying to renew their car tags. The new law that went into effect on Thursday requires residents to bring in a new driver's license number and expiration date for everyone that is registered on that vehicle. The new law is causing long lines at tag offices, some lines being as long as 4 to 6 hours. Officials said long lines are common, but when they're moving slower than normal because residents aren't used to the new rules, and some residents were turned away for not having the proper documents. In 1824, the present-day city of Fayette was established. In the years following its establishment, the city went through several names, including Frog Level, named after the frogs that serenaded the city at sunset. 100 years ago, a fire destroyed much of the downtown area, forcing the city to rebuild from scratch. This weekend, the city celebrated its heritage as well as the anniversary of the destructive fire. WVUA's Leah Knight has more from the Frog Level Festival.
It's about celebrating where the city has come from. And people from all over West Alabama flock to the small city of Fayette to join in the fun.
We got frog jumping contests, we got the frog bed race, and we got all kinds of frog events here to celebrate Alabama Frog Level.
But this year's festival isn't all about remembering Fayette's former names. The annual celebration coincided with the 100-year anniversary of the fire that destroyed the heart of the city.
This cornerstone was placed here on the Fayette County Courthouse to commemorate the 100th year anniversary of the rebuilding that took place in 1911.
This is a really nice town, and this is a good way to get people in to allow them to take a look. Quite frankly, we think it's one of the most beautiful courthouses in the state of Alabama, and we've added to our celebration this year.
Some of those events that were added include the professional production of To Kill a Mockingbird and 2 performances from the 2006 American Idol winner and Alabama native Taylor Hicks.
You know, it's interesting. I don't think that there's any other town that holds a frog festival. It's always fun to go to those little small towns and festivals because, you know, they're so unique.
Reporting in Fayette, Leah Knight, WVUA News.
Alabama Supreme Court Chief Justice Charles Malone was also at the event where he spoke to festival goers. Rivalry took backseat at last night's game against the Crimson Tide and Florida Gators. The University of Florida's Greek community presented a check for $10,000 to benefit the tornado recovery in Tuscaloosa. The money was raised through fundraisers like the Pie the Student Body Vice President and a video game tournament. Students also sold T-shirts to raise money for the UA Acts of Kindness Fund for a campaign called Champions Helping Champions. With last night's game under their belt, the Crimson Tide now has to get ready to face their homecoming opponent, Vanderbilt. But for everybody else, homecoming means a week full of fun and festivities. This morning's 5K run was the official kickoff to all the events this week to celebrate UA's homecoming. The route for Roll Tide Run wound through UA's campus starting at Gorgas Library. For those who chose not to race, there was an option for a 1-mile run. But no matter if they ran or walked, organizers say they were happy with the turnout.
We had 837 people sign up, and I think probably about 600 of them actually signed up for the race and the walk. For the race, we had almost 100 people sign up, and I think that's the most we've had ever, so that's really exciting.
Another part of today's kickoff festivities was the Susan G. Komen Kickoff Powder Puff football game. 11 teams squared off on the field while raising awareness for breast cancer. The teams had to be sponsored by an organization from UA or the community in order to participate, with the event benefiting the Susan G. Komen Foundation. The winner of today's game was the Chi Omega sorority.
It's a competition between any like women's organizations that want to have a team, and they just come out and play their best flag football, so it's pretty fun.
We started off really hot, but we've been cooling down a little bit. Hopefully get some coals under us, keep going.
One of the culminating events of UA's homecoming week is the yard decoration competition, and organizations on campus aren't wasting any time setting up. Yard decorations are made of chicken wire and a lot of tissue pumped into the wire to form decorations, this year portraying the theme of the tradition rolls on. And be sure to check out the main event, the Homecoming Parade, and WVUA is your only place to watch it live. We're very proud to announce a very special guest to join us for the Homecoming Parade. First Lady of Alabama football, Terry Sabin, will be here. Mrs. Sabin will join WVUA's Lynn Brooks to co-host our live broadcast of the University of Alabama's Homecoming Parade. Coverage begins at 11:30 Saturday morning with highlights from the entire week of homecoming. Watch the UA Homecoming Parade with WVUA with celebrity co-host Terry Sabin. High school bands from all over West Alabama will get a chance to show off their talents tomorrow night, and all music lovers are invited. It's a part of the Crimson Cavalcade of bands presented by the University of Alabama's $1 Million Band. This video is from last year's event at Tuscaloosa County High School. The Cavalcade is a way for those band students who work hard to perfect their shows to perform in front of their peers and families. This year's Cavalcade is at Northridge High School. The performances begin at 6 o'clock. The event is free and open to the public. The night will culminate in a special performance by the $1 Million Band.